Welcome ladies and gentlemen to the Viper Nightshade YouTube channel. On today's video we will be doing something a bit different than the ordinary video games. Today I will be showing for those minor beginners of you how to build a PC. Please guys, if you find this video helpful, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more amazing content.
Stop until we break through. So take your best shot, make your move.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the video. Today I will be showing you how to build your own PC. For today's video I just need to say that safety is priority, guys. For this you will need to be safe. So, first up we've got our case. The case is maybe the most important part of the build because this is where everything is going to go in case you guys are just total beginners. And if you're not a beginner, if you have built a PC before, or you know, you've seen videos about guys building PCs, then this is still the good video for you. Okay, so we've got our PC case. It's a standard HP case, as you can see there by the front. It's a standard HP case. It came pre-installed with Windows 7. It's also got a Pentium CPU inside. If you guys don't know what a CPU is, I will make a tutorial video for you. Now guys, firstly I need to tell you that a PC mainly exists out of a few things. All the components that go into a PC, making it a great gaming console or even just a workstation. The most important is the components. So first off, we've got our motherboard. This is just a normal HP motherboard, as you can see there. Now, this comes with a slot that is for the CPU. The CPU goes in there. Just close that up. The CPU goes in there. This is our two RAM placements. We put our two RAM sticks in here. That's where our RAM will go. This is for a graphics card. It's an insert for a graphics card. You can hook a graphics card or a network card up there. And these three ports here are also for network cards, for if you want to use a Wi-Fi receiving network card, you guys know. Now guys, this PC that I'm building today will not, how can I say, it will not be for gaming because I'm not going to use huge components. It's 2018. I'm going to use simple plain components. These are all my components. These are all components that I salvaged off of an old PC, which I know for a fact works. And I just know that they work. This is my RAM stick. It's about 2 gigs of RAM. It's really, really shitty. But as you can see, this open space here next to my PlayStation is where my PC setup will be. So guys, first we're going to take the motherboard. We're going to need to install the CPU, which is this small cube square. So first what we're going to do is we're going to open this here lever for this CPU hatch. Now guys, what you're going to do is you're going to take the CPU. You're going to see there's a little arrow there, as you can see. Now guys, you cannot touch this copper part here. You cannot touch these. These are the most important part of the CPU. Now this CPU new goes for about 100, 150 bucks. It's not a lot of money, so guys, yeah. This is a normal, what is this? It's an Intel, it's an Intel Pentium G850. It's a really easy one. It runs at about 2.9 gigahertz, which is not huge. But guys, let's get on with the video. As I was showing you just there, there's a little arrow there. You're going to need to look at the CPU port to find the other arrow. It's going to be either on the CPU board or it's going to be on the motherboard. Let's see, where's that little arrow? Oh guys, as you can see there, in that corner there is where the arrow is pointed. Now guys, do not touch those copper things on there. They're very important. Now when you come to this here pod, just gently place it on there. Just gently. Then what you're going to do is you're going to close this hatch. You're going to think that it's pushing a bit hard, the hatch here, but it's not. The hatch is just placing the CPU, which is the central processing unit, into place. Next, we've got our CPU cooler. This is an old cooler made from Cooler Master. It came in the box with this CPU. It's not a radiator. It's just a simple, small, compact, as you can see, cooler. It's a bit dirty, but I'll clean that out just now. So guys, what you're going to be doing is you're going to be placing it here. As you can see on the motherboard, it's got those little screws there. As you can see, everywhere there's little screws, you see. So you're going to be needing to place it on those screws, as you can see. Then you're just going to need to get a screwdriver and tighten those. Now guys, after you have done that, after you have screwed those screws into place, you're going to need to take this fan wire. You're going to need to look for this port. It says CPU fan. Yeah, you can see it there. You're just going to need to look at the wire down there. And then you're just going to need to align it. Let's give it some pressure. And there, as you can see, it has been aligned. That's going to supply power for the CPU fan. The CPU itself is going to get power from the motherboard, so that's not something we need to worry about now. Okay. Moving on to the next part, we've got our PC case. I'm just going to take the PC case and I'm going to lay it flat down. Guys, before you put the motherboard into the PC case to continue your build, you're just going to first need to put on the CPU and the CPU cooler, because that's going to be the most important part of this build, and you do not want to damage that. Also guys, please be very careful while handling the motherboard, especially when you're putting on the CPU fan, because these screws can be tough sometimes. And if you get a let's say you get a AMD Ryzen or say CPU, you're going to have a radiator that's going to come on here if you've got an ATX motherboard. So the radiator is a lot easier to install in the CPU fan. So the radiator also has a fan, but this one doesn't have. Okay guys, we've got this setup done. Just gonna move that aside. We're gonna take the case, lay it down on its back. All these wires that come with the case, it's the stupid stuff like the USB 2 and the USB 2.0s on the front panel, your audio and your mic setup, your SD card also for this case, and then you've got your power button here. So those, I'm just going to quickly remove this front panel so that you guys can completely and nicely see what's going on. Okay, so we have removed the front panel. This is what the PC case looks like now. So what we're going to do next, we're just going to remove these aside. Remember guys, always keep your screws at a place where you can remember them. I've just placed mine inside my glass case, the case for my glasses. So we're just going to put these wires aside, and I'm going to place my motherboard where it needs to be. Okay, for this part you're going to need to put in the motherboard. As you can see, here are all your connections. This is where they're going to go. So you need to place the motherboard into the PC case. Let's just see. Slightly, nicely place it down. Let's just move those wires out of the way. I just needed to move those wires out of the way. Yeah. Okay, so, and then you're going to just gently make sure that they fit there. As you can see, my motherboard sits perfectly fine now here. What I'm going to do then next is I'm going to look for the screws that need to go in here, here, down here. There's going to be about 6 or 8, so I'm just going to quickly connect those and I'm back for you. So after you've placed the motherboard nice and tight, as you can see, I can lift by the motherboard and the whole case will pick up. I placed my screws neatly there, in the corner there, as you can see, and behind the CPU fan right there. So this is what we're going to do now. The motherboard has been installed to the PC, the case itself. Now all these wires you're just going to need to randomly couple. There's going to be USB 2.0 ports here, so you're just going to need to look which ones are those. It's these two wires. It's these two wires which are currently those two USB wires are these ones, which we're going to connect to USB 2, those ones. As you can see here by the button alignment, they are aligned like that, so we're just going to place them in there. So as you can see, I found this part. It says front panel. You're just going to need to connect that, the SD card reader, in there. That's where the front panel is going to be going, and then this part will be our audio and microphone in the front, which will be, which will be this one. Just gonna need to check if it matches. Yes, it matches perfectly, so you're just gonna put it in there. So then your front panel has been connected. Okay, I'm just going to need to fix that up just for wire management, you know what, later. Okay, so we're going to move on to the disc player. I'm just gonna need to connect all the extra accessories just, you know, early on, because the disc player isn't really that much extra. But first we're going to connect these buttons in the front, the LED buttons, etc. It's going to be this one, which is, I believe, actually going here. I believe it's going there, so yeah, we're just gonna connect this one there. The one that says front panel, this one always goes and connects to the front panel. I think you guys can see it there. Yeah, front panel is just gonna connect there. Still gonna need to find this you know, this SD card reader, but this is not that important. Right, okay guys, I've placed the CD drive in. It connects with a SATA cable there. This is going to be delivering data from this CD to this SATA cable. Okay, now when most of it's connected, our front panel's connected, our DVD drive is connected. The last thing we're going to need to connect is our good old-fashioned hard drive, which we're going to connect. And then after we've connected the hard drive, we're going to connect the power supply unit, which for this build isn't really big. It's about 350 watts, I believe. Yeah, 262 watts, which is not a lot, but it's, yeah, it's better. You guys know. So first of all, I'm just going to place the hard drive where it belongs. Let's just see. It fits almost perfectly in there. Just going to need to remove the SATA cable for now. Always remember to keep these ports pointed upwards. It doesn't matter what type of case you are building. It's always important to keep them pointed upwards. Let's see. Okay, we're going to place the hard drive in like this. Then we're going to connect our SATA cable, which is, I believe, going to connect here or here, I don't know. This is the cable for the hard drive. It's just gonna connect here. There, it's connected. It's gonna point inwards towards the motherboard. You're just gonna need to connect it at SATA 1, which is going to be right there on this motherboard. You're just gonna need to improvise on your own motherboards. There, connected we go. Okay guys, next we're going to move on to our power supply. So for the power supply unit, you're just going to slide it in at the back or at the bottom. Depends on what type of build what type of case especially you have. But guys, most important for especially the PSU, the power supply unit, is you're always going to need to be 100% sure that the fan on top of the power supply unit points upwards to where the ventilation is going to be, or etc. This part is going to need to point to the bottom because it's got a lot of space here. There's no tight spaces, but here at the back, as you can see inside there, there's going to be a lot of tight spaces, so the fan is just going to be providing cooling here. Okay, that's the most important part for now. Okay, moving on. All this wiring, you guys might think, what the hell is this? This is the ATX powering cable. This goes in there to provide power for the motherboard, but we're going to do that later. To connect that, we're going to do that later. First, we're going to supply power to the DVD drive and our hard drive. So first, I'm just going to quickly plug in the DVD drive, guys. I'll be back soon. And we are back. I have connected the SATA cable to the DVD drive and also the required power drive. Now this is going to go into, I think, the graphics card, but we do not have a graphics card, so that's not going to be important. These two guys, they're just going to jump around a bit. One of them is going to go directly to the hard drive. Just going to click in there. That's going to be good and tight. Okay, first, guys, what we're going to do is I'm just quickly going to put in the screws for the hard drive so that it stays safe and does not wiggle like that. Let's just get it. So, guys, after tightening those bolts for the hard drive, we're going to move on to tightening the ports for the power supply unit. I'm going to be back short. After I have tightened the power supply unit, I am going to get my RAM stick and just place my RAM inside. So my RAM here is quite tight, but I can manage. You're just going to need to click open those sticks, and you're just going to click them open. See how the hard drive fits. Just put it into place there. Now you're just going to gently squeeze it until those white things go into place. Okay, so as you can see, my RAM stick is tightened good. It's all good. Okay, now for this big thing, this big monstrosity, just gonna go in there. Just gonna need to give it a tight squeeze. It's gonna, and then your PC build is complete now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just gonna start this up real quick, and we'll have a look, see how. So guys, the PC did not start properly the first time, so I'm just gonna go ahead inside and check what's the problem. Guys, currently we are running the PC quite well. Okay, 512 rear chassis fan not detected yet, because that's not one, mate. There isn't one. Let's see, guys. Processor type Intel R Pentium CPU G850 at 2.9 gigahertz. That's not bad. Processor speed, yeah, 2.9 is about 2.9 gigahertz. L2 cache size, that's alright. And then we've got our channel B, which is not bad at all. And then we could boot if we really needed to. But I first need to go into the BIOS to see what's going on. Okay, so this is just booting real quick. Guys, this is a great feeling, really.
'cause we're not stopping till we break through. So take your best shot, make your move. Oh, step right up, who's next? You're messing with the